Hey, what's going on, everybody? T Comfy here, back for part two of Kentucky Route Zero. And where we left off, it was, I believe it was, where were we? Act 1, Scene 3, at the beginning of Act 1, Scene 3. I did a little bit of an oopsie just a second ago, and I'm going to double check real quick to make sure everything's the way it should be now. Because what I ended up doing just a second ago, or I guess it was a couple minutes ago, I recorded about 24 minutes of the game without actually recording the actual game. It was just me talking to a black screen as far as like the OBS recording was, because I had the wrong scene output up. I'm basically stupid, is what it boils down to. So when I hit continue Act 1, it might start us in a mine, and if that's the case, I'll just fill you in on what happened. But hopefully that won't happen. Okay. Alright. So we missed an entire scene because of my stupidness. So, obviously, this isn't going to make a lick of sense. But here's what you need to know. So remember how at the end of the end of Act 2, beginning of Act 3, we were sitting outside of the entrance to the Route Zero? Well, there wasn't really anything much out there, just a lot of dialogue. We go into the mine, though. It's actually a mine. You go into the mine, and you run into this character here. This is Shannon. I've been calling her Shannon this entire time. This is Shannon, and we end up meeting her and talking to her for a little bit, and there's a bit of a dispute where her rent is due, and she hasn't paid it yet because she's obviously down in the mines and money's tight everywhere. And then they start testing a PA system that they find, and they're working with all this electrical equipment to try and get the PA system back up and going. They get it up and going again because the power has to be rationed a little bit, and that's where this little mechanic comes in here of turning the lights on and off. After testing the PA system and making sure everything's working fine, the roof caves in and falls in on top of Conway. He's basically fractured his leg, and so Shannon puts him on this tram here, and then she gets on the tram, and we've just been driving it around for a bit. Since we're already down here, I can just kind of go back again through everywhere where the tram's been. But that'll just take a couple minutes. But I don't think I can go back out again and restart Scene 3 and just come back in doing it that way. Which I don't know why there wouldn't be an option for that. Maybe I should have saved it differently instead of letting the autosave handle it. I don't know. But sorry about that you missed that little bit of the game. It wasn't too terribly much, because it was only just a couple minutes of Act 3. And then I've just kind of been messing around on Act 4. Or Part 4, rather. Scene 4. So, sorry about that, but we're down here, and they figured out that this is the highway, pretty much. So, all the lights are on, and I turn the lights off, and there's this cool little thing that's where you turn the lights off down here. Just kind of look for it. I obviously can't give, like, a natural, like, unbiased reaction to it, because I've already seen it, but you'll see, there's people down here. Because the mine's flooded. Like little ghost people. Alright, here's a turntable. I have not been down this way yet, though. I was about to go down this way when I figured out that I was messing everything up. So I've not been this way yet. But I'll go back down the other two ways, just for the sake of going down them. Sorry about that. I'm literally stupid. Broken track with a couple peoply peeps. The tracks are all messed up here. This tram isn't going any further. I wonder what's down that tunnel. Sometimes if you turn off the lights down here, things will happen. And you'll see that here in a second. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything down here. Alright, we're going to go to the turntable. And we're going to go back. We're on the track between the Bat Feeder and the Scarecrow, so... The Animal Bones and the Rowboat are where we started. It was the track we started on coming in. So I'm going to take you guys down to the Pendulum and the Casket real quick, and we're just going to go from there. It's so cool. I really do like it. Okay, let's go this way first. I'm actually turning the lights off on the way down there this time. Because I had the lights on the way down there the first time. I'm going to try it this way this time. Oh, here it is. I wonder if it'll let me keep going or if it's going to auto-stop me. Yeah, you can see some of the coal miners are just living around like ghosty ghosts. Oh, it's not going to let me see any dialogue? It sucks. Okay, this was basically a stage where the coal miners would perform, because there were some archivists that came down and were recording folk music. And we learned there that Shannon's parents were also coal miners that would come up and sing songs whether or not the archivists were there, and that everyone basically had like their own plastic Bitcoin system down here for the miners that they were all paid in and everything. It was kind of sucky. I wonder if it'll let me do the thing down here still. I feel so dumb right now for having done that. It feels so bad. Alright, but let's see. Tape player. Okay, cool. Cool, I can't still look at the tape player. A dusty, reel-to-reel tape player is stashed beneath the track, loaded with tape but starved for power. And this is a cool little mechanic with the power rationing thing down here. Ready for this? It really is awful. And I hate it so very much. It's so terrible. I really don't like that. There is not one thing that I can say that I like about that sound at all. Oh, it's so bad. Is this a turntable here? How sad it won't let me go back through the dialogue. On the dialogue down by the stage. That's unfortunate that it won't let me do that. I wonder why it wouldn't let me pick by scene. Okay, Pendulum and the Casket, so... Alright, and that's really all of it. That's really all you really missed down here. Everything else was just dialogue up the a little bit up the mine shaft, and then the big thing was Conway getting his leg crushed. I already went to the wrong thing. I'm not on top of my game. Oh well, we'll make it work. We're gonna make it work. Come on top. Be optimistic. Oh, one other thing that was really important. We had to leave Homer up at the top of the cave. So Homer's fine. He's just chilling. He just has to chill without us for now. So the van and Homer are at the top of the mine. Animal Bones on the rowboat. Give me the rowboat. Yeah, so don't worry about Homer. Homer and his little cute hat are fine. He's just chilling waiting for us. Probably taking a nap or something. He didn't come down into the mine at all. Okay. I want to see some of these shadow people, though. Just so you can kind of get a feel for it. It's so cool. Look at them. I gotta turn the light back on there because I don't want to miss anything. Are the people in the mine there? He's just walking. It's so cool! See the people at this entrance? He's just following us. Oh, wait. Wait, can I come back here? Can I get out here? This looks like somewhere I should be able to get out, right? It would appear not. So we're gonna keep shogging along then on the old tram. Oh, cool, an exit. Thank God. Okay, let's go. Let's poke around down here a bit more first. There's really nothing else to see, I don't think. I think I've pretty much seen it all. Let's just go. Yeah, okay, that tunnel where the tracks are broken. I'd like to take a look down there. If you wait for me here, I'll just go take another look around, do whatever you need. I'll just wait for you here. Oh, but that's two different people. Let's go with Shannon's thing. Sure, okay, I'll be right here. Not like he's going anywhere, he broke his leg. Alright, Shannon. So this is like a cutscene? I'm Shannon. Alright, Shannon. What you got for me? You walked all this way. Oh my gosh. It's a lot of helmets. Oh, there I am. I was so confused for a second there. Oh, how am I walking? Their exact words were in bad shape. So maybe I was just in quote-unquote bad shape, but my leg wasn't actually broken? So I could walk this whole time? Whack. See, there's Homer. Homer was up here waiting. No harm, no foul. Homer is a good boy, and Homer will always be a good boy. The cramped shack is lined with wooden shelves. Dusty stacks of tape reels and notebooks crowd the room, but a bit of moonlight filters through a window near the ceiling. On a small desk in the middle of the room lay 3 notebooks. One, the red one, is labeled J. Marquez. The green one is labeled R. Marquez, and the blue one is unlabeled. J and R. Marquez. Well, we have Shannon and we have Weaver, so these must be their parents. So I get the red notebook first. The pages are covered in disorganized notes, some written horizontally and others scribbled vertically into the margins. A few pages are lined more evenly and divided up into charts correlating seasons, lyrics, harmonies, and coal halls. Green notebook and the blue notebook. Let's open the blue one first. The notebook is full of Greek letters and cryptic mathematical formulas. Near the back of the book, what first looks like it might be an esoteric German shorthand is actually a love poem written in anagrams. Conway opens the green notebook. On each page is a delicately rendered charcoal drawing, most of portraits of rugged faces. Near the middle of the book, there are a few drawings of a young girl in a miner's helmet. She plays along the minecart tracks, collecting pieces of... Oh yeah, this place. And thank you for coming back. Those notebooks are Olivia Marquez, your parents are the archivists. Yeah. Sure I was. Why wouldn't I be? Most everyone else I've met tonight has just disappeared. Did you find what you were looking for? I don't think it's my place to ask about the helmets, even though I really want to know. I feel like we'll find out later. Well, here I am. Damn it. Sorry. No, I'm sorry. I'm just on edge. I'll be okay once I get away from this mine. How's the leg? I can walk on it, but it's slow. I can walk on it, but it's painful. I was insistent the entire time that his leg was fine and that he could walk on it and that he was not a little big baby. So I'm going to stand by that, damn it, and I'm going to say I can walk on it, but it's slow. Well, I'll try not to get too far ahead of you. You don't mind my hitching a ride, do you? I kind of got a lift out here. Wasn't sure if when I'd be heading back. I can drive. Well, nice of you to offer to drive my truck. Or Conway's truck. I can handle it. Yeah, maybe that's the best. Let's let her drive. Why not? Don't worry, I've been driving since I was 9. Still need to find the 0. I guess I should look for another route to Dogwood Drive. I want to find the 0. I want to find the 0. It's the point of the game. Well, it's like I told you. Weaver doesn't lie. She sent you here to find your on-ramp. This is where you should be looking. Or maybe you just weren't listening closely enough. And that's not exactly what she said? I saw Weaver at my workshop. That's up north by Lake Nolan, right at Waxen. Still don't know what that word means. I never bothered to look it up after the last one. In the back of a bait shop. Pretty glamorous, right? These are the times we live in. She's either up there or back at the farmhouse. Whichever you want to head to first, just let me know. So you're just going to chill there and stare at the wall then, are you, Shannon? Where's Homer? Homer! I love Homer. He's my favorite. He's going to carry the game. How's it going, Homer? Homer, this is Shannon. Let's introduce him. Nice to meet you, Homer. I never had a dog. Nice to meet you, Homer. Got some dried banana slices in my bag. Would you like one? And you help with the driving. More treats for Homer! More treats for Homer. More treats for Homer. I don't really like them anyway. Take care of your friend here. And there's more where that came from. More where that came from. More treats for Homer. It's the only way to do it. The only way to do it is more treats for Homer. Homer needs to be engorged by the end of this game. Look, he's just so skinny. Look at him go. Look at him walk. He's such a lanky boy. He needs to eat. He needs his food. Licensed Antiques. I guess this is your truck. Surprise, this is my truck. Surprised. It's kind of old. No, I'm not surprised. I guess it's an antique too. Damn, Shannon. You didn't have to destroy the man's whole career. This truck's literally the man's career. Like, come on. Cut him some slack. I think it suits you. Wow. I can talk to Homer again. Alright, let's do that. How's it going, Homer? That's all I get. Sorry I left you alone so long. I hurt my leg. Yeah, let's apologize to Homer. You left him down there a long time. What would you have done if I hadn't come back? What did you get into up here? I'm more curious about Homer than the morbid curiosity. Did you take a nap? Did you find any rabbits? Wabbits? I wonder what all the Homer dialogue has, like, symbolically to do with the game. Because I feel like there wouldn't be so much, like, Homer dialogue if it wasn't, like, paramount to the game. It's time to go. Conway stays put. He's on strike. He's not moving. He demands a raise from Lysett. Damn it, he's gonna get it! Or at least a cold beer, I guess. He seems to be into that. It's time to go. I don't know what that is besides atrocious. Okay, let's see. I know how to get to the bait shop. Let's go to the bait shop first. It's closer anyway. There it is. I thought I was going to miss it for a sec. Conway and Shannon pull into the bait shop parking lot. And then all that stuff from last time. Bait shop is closed. Enter the side door to Shannon's workshop. Conway and Shannon walk around the side of the building into the workshop. The walls are lined with cheap metal shelves loaded precariously with vacuum tubes, awkwardly shaped metal casings, and coffee cans full of electronic components, my bad. Shannon leads Conway to the back of the room where a few TV sets in various states of disassembly are set up on a rough wooden table. She flips the switch on the power strip. They're all plugged into, and the TV sets tremble to life. Let's watch TV. A ghostly white wobble flickers along one screen in a rhythmic pattern. Another is just snow. A third, a small security monitor in the middle of the table, is oscillating between different shades of black. Let's keep watching. Let's do it one more time. No, nothing new. Conway asks Shannon where she saw Weaver. Shannon points to a small security monitor on the table. The image on the screen is just black, but it seems to be fading slowly, almost imperceptibly, between different shades of black. Different shades of black. Shannon tweaks a few knobs on the side of the monitor, but the picture doesn't change. The screen is a cavernous black. It hums and swells at the pace of the tide. Conway loses track of the workshop's walls. They could be inches away or miles. He is adrift on black water, traveling swiftly towards a rocky shore. There should be a lighthouse or a buoy by these rocks. It's too dangerous. Shannon switches off the power strip. Weaver is not here. Well, I'm glad I went and hit the one thing 3 times, because otherwise, is this a roundabout way to get to... I wonder if there's anything out here. I haven't been out this way yet. I wonder if I can use these back roads instead of the interstate to get to, I can. Taking the scenic route today. Scenic route today, boys and girls. Oh, the museum. There's a museum. A sign in front of the building just reads museum. The lights are off, but the front door is open. Oh, I don't want to drive away. I want to go to the museum. I hit the wrong button. Enter the museum. A few feet inside the museum doors, the ambient sound of the highway drops sharply away. The room is cold, dark, and still. A book lies open on a table near the center of the room. An open hallway extends to the left. Large glass doors bar the path ahead. Walk to the hallway, walk through the glass doors, look at the book, exit the museum. Let's walk to the hallway first. Conway walks down the hallway to the left. Conway's steps echo against the hallway's marble floor and arched ceilings. Plexiglass boxes line the walls. The hallway dead ends on a darkened display case. Let's look at the display case. The display case is several yards wide, but just a few feet off the ground. It's unlit, and back in this corner of the darkened museum, very little moonlight creeps in. A gold-plated plaque on the surface of the case is a bit easier to read. It recounts a short history of fowl hunting in the region and then speculates abruptly about the nature of addiction. Well, those are 2 things you don't often see lumped together. Box on the walls, darkened display case. Let's look at the box on the walls. The first box, just a few feet into the hall, contains an assortment of bird wings. Some are missing feathers. One large, brightly colored wing almost glows in the moonlight. Its feathers are intact, but a piece of bone pokes awkwardly out from the tip. Let's go back to the entrance. Book lies open on the table in the center of the room. Exit to the left. Let's go to the glass door. I just did this. I need to be more careful about where I'm clicking. Let's go back to the entrance. Again, we're going to do this again. We'll go back to the entrance. I'm going to walk through the glass doors. The glass doors won't budge. To apply a more force would likely break them. Force through the doors! Damn it! The glass shatters. Somewhere ahead, a light switches on. After a moment, it switches off. The room is dark again, and the floor is covered in broken glass. We did it! We broke into the museum. Wasn't they make a bunch of movies about that? Night at the museum? Let's walk through the glass doors. Broken glass grinds under Conway's boots as he walks down the hall. He has the feeling of being in a larger space. Very little light reaches the far end of the hallway. Let's feel the walls. The walls are completely smooth and strangely warm. Conway can feel his breath and sweat condensing on the surface. Oh, all the little bodies of water are moving. I didn't notice that. I don't know how I noticed that. Oh well. Feel the walls, feel the floor. Conway kneels and runs his hands along the floor. The floor is completely smooth and strangely warm. Conway can feel his... Yeah, same as the walls. Okay. Is this going to change? No. Let's go back to the entrance. Book lies up on the table, the hallway, strewn with broken glass. I wonder if this changes what's down the hallway. Doesn't look like it. No. Looks like it's all the same. Book lies. No, I guess we look at the book now. It's the only other thing left to do. There's no title on the book's spine or cover. A 3-word phrase written in pencil on the first page is smudged and indecipherable. On the first page, someone has left an ink drawing of a horse. Several dozen blank pages later, at the end of the book, is an elaborate ink drawing of a one-legged man working an antique adding machine surrounded by whiskey bottles. I thought this was going to be about Mr. Conway for a second. I saw man and antique and whiskey bottles, and I know he's mentioned alcohol quite a bit. So, well, he's mentioned it at least twice. I guess we exit the museum. Drive away. I'm glad we came this way. Oh, hold on. Oh, wait, that's Equus Oils. Don't need to go there. The ugly tree that's always on fire. I still love that. Scene 5! Woo! Okay. Marquez Farmhouse. And we're back, baby! Oh, all the folk singers are gone. Oh, this is gonna take a hot minute if I'm limping the entire way up. Alright, buckle down. It's gonna take a minute. Hello? Why am I stuck now? Oh. There we go. Oh, Shannon had to come up and help him. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Nice little bit added in there. Guess we'll just both look at the graveyard now. See what Shannon has to say about the graveyard. There's nobody buried here, you know. It's decorative, I guess. Or it's art or something, I don't know. A decorative graveyard? Weaver's folks were like that. Not morbid, I mean, but strange. Careless with tragic ideas. Oh, and look at that headstone, Marquez. I used to think that was for my parents. Now I don't know. Well, that's ominous. Then again, so is everything, really. Guess we're going to the house. I wonder if Weaver's actually here, or if this is all going to be pointless. Oh, look, I'm trying to walk again. That's cute. That's so cute. Look at me wobbling my way up the stairs. Like a champ. You gotta take it like a champ. You can knock him down, but you can't keep him down, you know? Weaver's still gone. Whack. Talk to Shannon. So, this is where she was? Yeah, it makes sense. This is where Weaver and her parents lived. They took out quite a bunch of loans, you know. Had this place built. Do you have any debts? I owe some people some apologies. They never really had any collateral at me. Let's go with this. Well, you're lucky that's all you owe. My parents were like that until the company store found a way to get to them. For my dad, it was tokens to run the fans and air purifiers, and for my mom, it was canaries. Two solutions to the same problem, but they sure sounded different. Weaver had debt, too. A lot of it. All tuition. How did she pay it off? She didn't. She had no income. None of them did. I think eventually Weaver put all of those math skills to work on all the red numbers in the family checkbook and got a clear sense of just how hopeless her situation was. So she left. I guess she just drove away in the middle of the night and woke up in the morning and the car was gone. Never came back. Until tonight. Someone else told me to come here and talk to her. She seemed really focused on old TV. Everybody's here. I think this is an important bit of information. Huh. Okay. Guess we two aren't the only ones she's been talking to. Oh, that's not something you see every day. That old TV right there. Well, that is a damned antique for you. I had a model like that in the shop once, but I had to sell it off to make rent. Most painful decision I ever made. Can you imagine just having to sell your TV to make rent? What a tragedy. Say, mind if I open it up? Looks like the dials are all corroded and the screen is leaking light a bit. Come on. I bet Lysa would never forgive you for letting a specimen like that fall into disrepair. Actually, it would be a tragedy to sell TV now that I think about it. You have to sell the TV to make rent. Unless you had like 400 of them like freaking Shannon does. TV! It's you watching me play the game where I watch other people watch the TV. It's so meta. Okay, we're back to this again. Oh yeah, these tubes are all messed up. Looks like they've been in a swamp or cave or something. There's moss growing on this one. That's okay. I have a few spares in my bag here. I just carry around TV tubes, you know. Here, pulled this one out of an old computer monitor. This needs to be recalibrated a bit. Okay, that should be seeing something now. You seen anything? Looks dangerous. What are you doing there? A little bit to the left. Damn. Okay. Yeah, I think the contacts are dirty. I don't even tell my customers I clean off old vacuum tubes with spit. There. I gotta turn it north, south, and then let's find out. Is he gonna zoom back in on the barn again? Oh. Whoa! It's the Zero! We found the Zero! That's so cool! It was in the TV the whole time! That's so cool! Look at me, just driving into the middle of the abyss. Wow. That's so neat. End of Act 1. Okay, cool. So is it just going to roll right into Act 2? Maybe? Oh, cutscene. Let's watch. Letter. Attention, Lula Chamberlain. RE, your application. Thank you for your application to the Gaston Trust for Imagined Architecture's annual fellowship. We received a record number of applications this year, over 100 in total, and regrettably we can only award one fellowship position per year. I skipped a line. As you know, our review process includes a multi-phase blind committee analysis of portfolio submissions, as well as a careful review by a panel of subject matter experts on each applicant's notability and relevance in the field. We must be extremely selective in our process so as to maintain the standards we have established over our 35 years of operation. Our panel did not select your application. Wait, I can't scroll back up. I forgot who the name was. We encourage you to consider reapplying next year. Many young artists and architects reapply for a few successive years before being accepted. Sincerely, Dr. Carl Stone Norden, Architect, Gaston Trust for Imagined Architecture. What is Imagined Architecture? What does that mean? I'm interested to figure that one out. Below the printed text is a hastily handwritten note. Sorry for the condescending form letter. Love your work. Unfortunately, I just do the mail here. Well, that's good to know. Your OBT SVT Robert. Oh, it's Lula. Oh, that's Joseph and Donald Hot Milk. It's their spawn or their friend or daughter, relative, person, friend, whatever they know, human. Throws a letter in the wastebasket. Folds the letter up, puts it in your handbag. Those folder disable proposals. Folder of writing paper on her desk. Lula to herself quietly. Dearest Robert, thank you for your kind note. To herself quietly. Atten, dearest Dr. Blah, 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 blah. Your own imagination. Let's reply to Dearest Robert. Dearest Robert deserves our full undivided attention right now. Though it has been years since my name appeared in a gallery program, except as an occasional dusty curiosity in a group show or as an impertinent subject to some misguided retrospective, I continue to. Something gratitude, yours in situ, Lula. Rick clears his throat. Is this Rick? Is this Rick? He's a thick Rick if he is. So look at him. He's got thick Rick. He's got little spindly legs, but they all got little spindly legs, but he got thick. He got chonk. You look at like Moto up here above the waist. It's thick. Busy? It's not important. Buried. How are you, Rick? Buried. Yikes. Hey, Lula. Did you get my note? About the office party? I'm getting stag. About your proposals, I'm still working on them. Hehehe. Oh, yeah, I didn't mean... Hey, I'm probably not going anyway. Lots to do, you know. A lot of new drafts, so... So, how did your application go? I was in the mailroom and I saw you got a letter back. Sorry, I don't mean to pry, I just saw. It's fine, Rick. I'm not going anywhere. How's your goldfish? Poor Rick. He's trying so hard. His game's so weak. Trying so hard, though. I don't get to hear about the goldfish? I want to know how the goldfish was. Act 2, Scene 1. Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces? That's going to get annoying. Okay, well, that's all the time I have for this one because unfortunately I pissed away like 20 or 30 minutes just not actually recording what I thought I was recording and just talking to myself while playing freaking Kentucky Route Zero. But sorry about that. I hope you can find it in your hearts to forgive me for my accidental transgression. And yeah, we'll pick it up here. We're actually going to pick it up at Act 2, Scene 1, because there's really not much to go off of here. So if I just accidentally don't record it again, then, well, we're screwing everyone out of a good story and a great time, and that's not what I'm about. So, anyways, thank you for watching. If you liked it, like it. If you want to see more, subscribe, ring that bell, all that jazz, and I will be uploading the next part of this within a couple days after you see this one, probably. I'm kind of busy this weekend, so we'll see how it pans out. But I will see you next time.